What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and I just finished up watching Lawrence Okolie versus Michal Cieslak, and this was a 12-rounder for the WBO Cruiserweight World Championship, and this fight was Sunday, February 27th, from the O2 Arena in London, England, and this fight was broadcasted on DAZN. And in this fight, Lawrence Okolie was able to get a unanimous decision victory over Michal Cieslak. So personally, I scored this bout 115 to 112 in favor of Lawrence Okolie, and the three judges scored this bout 115, 112, agreeing with my scorecard, 116, 111, and 117, 110, all in favor of Okolie. And I think those scorecards are all right. I could have saw anywhere from 117, 110, all the way down to my scorecard, obviously, 115 to 112. Anywhere from those scorecards in between, I think, are 100% okay. But, Lawrence Okolie scored a knockdown, had a pretty solid performance. First time, I believe, going 12 rounds for him. Very, very good experience for him in the ring. And it's definitely his best victory, beating an established elite top 10 cruiserweight. So, just to break down the fight, Okolie started out very strong, was really just picking Cieslak apart with some of his shots on the outside. And throughout this fight, there was a lot of grappling and clinching, which was sort of the ugly part of this fight. But Cieslak was really trying to land shots, but shots in the clinch, trying to land big right hands on the side of the head, trying to capitalize on all the grappling, and he really did. He was able to land a lot of nice shots. And Okolie, he actually valued the body a lot throughout this fight as well. Was digging to the body with some nice right hands. While Cieslak, he was primarily trying to land that left hook, and he landed it a couple times throughout the fight. But just to break down one key moment in this fight, it was a knockdown in the 5th round. So Lawrence Okolie landed a right hand over the top, sort of to the temple, forehead area of Cieslak, and he went down on his knees. It was a very nice, perfectly placed shot, and a very, very obvious flash knockdown, but still it was a very, very nice shot from Okolie, perfectly placed over the top. But as the fight went on, it looked like on my scorecard, Cieslak really started to make the fight a bit more competitive after like the 6th or 7th round, I believe, somewhere around there. But I only gave Cieslak like 1 out of the first like 5 rounds. And you could have really given Cieslak either like rounds 3 or 4. I gave him the 4th round. I could definitely see you giving him the 3rd. He could have won 2 out of 5. Who knows? But my scorecard, he won 1 out of the first 5. Or out of the first 6, actually. Then in the 7th, he started to pick it up, and the fight actually got much more competitive, and he actually won a very good amount of the last couple rounds. He actually won more rounds than Okolie in the second half of the fight on my scorecard, because he started to pick it up, land his shots, come forward more. But Okolie, he was still ahead by a decent margin because of the knockdown, because of the work he had early on in the fight. And, he was just landing the better shots, it looked like, throughout. But Cieslak did have a lot of success as he was able to score points, landing those hooks, trying to rough up Okolie. And he actually didn't go to the body as much as I thought he would. And that's for Cieslak. But Okolie, as I mentioned before, really surprised me with his body work. And he worked really well up top with his straights down the pipe. So, comment down below how you scored this fight. I could imagine it's anywhere from 115, 112, 116, 111, or even 117, 110. Anywhere from there is probably going to be the average scorecard for this fight in favor of Okolie. And comment down below who you think the winner or loser should fight next. So with that being said, what is next for Lawrence Okolie? Defending his title for the 2nd time here against a top 10 elite cruiserweight. Definitely the best victory of his career thus far. There's really one man who I would love to see him fight, and that is the World Boxing Super Series winner and current IBF Cruiserweight World Champion Maurice Briedis. I mean, Briedis is really out there trying to either get the fight with Okolie, but he's really primarily trying to get that fight with Jake Paul. And we all know he'll obliterate Jake Paul in 30 seconds, but that's just a dumb fight. I mean, Jake Paul, he's fought nobodies, obviously, he's a YouTuber, whatever, but, it looks like Briedis is trying to get that fight for the money. He'll get paid millions of dollars to fight Jake Paul, if it happens, but it probably will never happen. But Briedis, one of the best cruiserweights in the world, or definitely the best cruiserweight in the world. Let's just say that. He's definitely the best cruiserweight in the world. Only loss came by majority decision to Alexander Usyk, who's the current heavyweight champion. So I would love to see Okolie fight him in a world title unification. Okolie could definitely lose that fight because of how well-skilled and experienced and great of a fighter Briedis is. But as for Michal Cieslak losing here for the 2nd time in his 2nd world title opportunity, He showed that he has heart, and he showed that he is definitely a top 10 cruiserweight as he is able to compete with some of the best guys in the world. Had that close decision against Makabu and had this sort of competitive fight with Okolie. Proves that definitely he's top 10. And there's definitely 3 opponents I would like to see him fight next, and they're all inside the top 10 or just outside the top 10 by BoxRec. And I would like to see him possibly fight in Poland. He could definitely fight Mateusz Masternak. That'd be a very good all Polish level cruiserweight fight between 2 top 10 fighters. Or I would also like to see him fight Alexei Papin or even Noel Javor, who's a 30-1 cruiserweight just outside the top 10 or just inside it, somewhere around there. So overall, Lawrence Okolie is able to defeat Michal Cieslak by unanimous decision, scoring a knockdown in the process and improving to 18 wins with no defeats and defending his Cruiserweight World title for the second time. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.